Today, horses in Zelda? It's more likely than you think. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint, where there's something strange in the air.
Yeah, I've noticed it too. I think it might be optimism?
It's either that or a gas leak.
This building doesn't even have gas.
Okay, well then, why do I feel so lightheaded?
I told you, optimism.
Legendary ROM hacking site romhacking.net, which launched in 2005 in the wake of the original ROM hacking website, romhacking.com, going up in flames, has itself, after a nearly 20-year run, succumbed to what can only be summarized as advanced internet drama. The site, which was home to a plethora of fan-made translations, remakes, demakes, and other mind-blowing labors of love that were mercilessly ceased and desisted by lawyers, abruptly shut down last week after the site's founder, Nightcrawler, posted a bombshell forum update explaining that they were wrapping it all up because the internet is in a very different place, the legal issues are worse now, and the bots were a constant scourge. Oh, and also that the group of people that they'd been working with to transfer hosting of the site to were a nest of vipers. To quote, I discovered a most dishonest and hate-filled group. I learned that I had been dehumanized for a very long time. My personal details had been given out. Secret, deceitful plots had been made to cut me out and drop a bomb like I am a target to destroy. My family has seen this, and after discussion, we are immediately ceasing all related site operations. We are cutting ties to Discord and Twitter social media outlets and will have no further contact with these individuals. As of now, romhacking.net is still up, but in read-only mode. The forum is still running, but submissions are closed, and the entire database, without accounts or user profiles, has been turned over to the best website on the internet, archive.org, which is still awful for the community, but at least better than the treatment Game Informer got, which was to be erased like it was a blot on GameStop's already blighted financials. But wait! There's more drama. According to a detailed report from PC Gamer and a lot of additional context added by the Ars Technica comment section, Nightcrawler was indeed overworked, burned out, and shouldering a huge burden as the site's admin, but they also refused offers of help and stymied efforts to find a successor or to improve the site's hosting situation. Over on the now unofficial romhacking.net Discord, all allegations of malfeasance have been denied, but that group's admins, because of course the site and its Discord are run by different factions, admitted that, quote, things have been rocky between site staff and Discord staff for a while. So, where can an aspiring ROM hacker go to pick up the trade nowadays? Well, not to romhacks.org. Apparently that site has had a long-term beef with romhacking.net. They claim they're innocent, but a lot of people in the scene don't seem to trust that site at all. There are a lot of comments pointing out that the admin of romhacks.org also runs an illegal ROM hosting site, that the group behind it is sketchy, and that an admin was accused of messing with romhacking.net by running an auto-clicker to repeatedly download one game over and over again. If, at this point, your eyes are glazing over, let me assure you that mine are bright with attention, utterly fixated on this impenetrable web of petty mischief. Who wrote this?
Kathleen.
Ah. Okay. Well, anyhow, if you know how to maintain a very complicated website and want to do it for $0 and are looking for a new friend group where someone is always angry, there's an opening in the ROM hacking scene.
Nintendo offered up 5.5 minutes of gameplay footage from the newest installment in the Legend of Zelda series this week. And fans got a sneak peek at Zelda's new abilities, including Bind, Echo, and Ride Adorable Horsey. That's right, now that Zelda finally gets to play the protagonist, she also gets to ride multiple different horses and can summon the horses to wherever she winds up in the game. Though it's hard to imagine the player willfully choosing to dismount, so maybe that last ability is only there in case the game crashes. We know for sure that Zelda will be allowed to ride different horses in Echoes of Wisdom, but we don't know yet whether there will be a stable system similar to Breath of the Wild, or whether there will be a limit on the length of your horse's name. Here's hoping Princess Butterscotch Fluffymane III will get to display her name in its entirety and not have it be shortened to less than 10 characters again. The gameplay trailer revealed several costume options for Zelda, so we can also reasonably hope for several bridle and saddle skins, which is good, because I don't want any of these cutie patooties getting any sand in their eyes during the frequent storms mentioned in the trailer. And would it be too much to ask for fins and a snorkel so our horsey can experience the azure depths of the Jabul waters? Wait, never mind. If you don't give me the horse snorkel, can I instead get an Echoes of Wisdom stallion amiibo that's safe to go in the tub?
If you ever find yourself in Las Vegas, aka the epitome of late-stage capitalism's stranglehold over the basic necessities of life and a symbol of humankind's absolute dominance over the earth, which of course brings us ever closer to total annihilation. Who wrote this?
Kathleen!
Okay. Anyhow, if you ever find yourself in Las Vegas, for which I will generously paraphrase Kathleen's intro and say, is not for everyone, you will probably notice that there are video game-themed slot machines everywhere. But there is one video game that won't ever be getting that treatment, even though it seems like a natural fit. Balatro. As spotted by game developers Justin Carter, the game's creator, Local Funk, just revealed that he is so against gambling that he's had it written into his will that the Balatro IP can never be sold or licensed to any gambling company or casino. And why should he? With over 2 million copies sold, Balatro has already succeeded at the biggest gamble of them all: indie development.
And in other mild irritation news, a cheating scandal is boiling. Well, simmering. What's lower than simmering? Warming over a 40-watt bulb? A cheating scandal is sunning itself on a rock over a glitch discovered in Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. In the event Donkey Kong Barrel Roll, a player has scored 15 seconds, 68 milliseconds, and received the coveted S rank, and is sitting atop the leaderboard for the event, assumedly proud as punch. But upon reviewing the playthrough, it is alleged that the player used the invisible ladder glitch to win first place. Is this suspicious? Well, sure, but I think Donkey Kong's been cheating the entire time. I mean, look at his stack of barrels. It never gets any smaller, does it? How dastardly. His name is on the game. He should be setting an example for all the kids out there. And how do we know for sure those ladders weren't always there? Maybe someone painted them black. I mean, if you look at what's happening in the clip, Mario is clearly looking around for something that he sure is there. Then he notices the ladder and starts climbing it. It's our fault that we've been making him run up the girders the entire time. Those old CRTs had terrible color reproduction, which is why everyone correctly threw them into the ocean. So of course, we'd never notice the ladders. In short, no glitch, no foul. Especially since Nintendo has a website where you can watch the winning run over and over. Should that be enough to absolve a crime? To that I say, who fucking cares? I'm just here to read you the news that doesn't matter.
Well, that was this week's episode. Now, everybody, what have we learned today?
That there's a lot of petty drama in the world?
Oh, I think people already knew that, Beach.
That you don't know what yes and is, Gib?
I'm okaying you plenty, Borge.
Are you all right?
He's still feeling kind of lightheaded.
Coming up, Nintendo is now hiring field support and promotional personnel to act as Nintendo Experience Specialists in Canada, specifically in Ontario and British Columbia. Oh shit! God damn it, Graham, is this why you chained me to the desk?
Oh.
Too much?
No, it's just really loud. Are you a specialist in the Nintendo experience?
I have always wanted to do that when I was in like high school and university. That would have been a perfect summer job for me. That like a little, because apparently this is like a little bit technical because it's going to like your local Zellers and stuff and then like making sure everything runs properly.
Okay.
But then it's also being like the guy who stands there in the red polo shirt who's like, hey, have you played a Nintendo game today? Let me tell you about some stuff, like that kind of thing.
Cool.
So it's not quite, it's marketing personnel, but it's not quite like, it's very blue. It's like the step below Blue Badger work, I'm sure.
Right.
It's like the dudes who are at the cons who work the booths, I'm sure is a little bit more like that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
A story that didn't quite make it was that Larian has released some interesting player statistics for the year since Baldur's Gate 3 came out.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently only 197,400 players have had sex with Halsin in bear form.
In bear form, specifically.
Yeah. And Kathleen was like, wow, that's so many more than I thought. And I was like, that's so many less than I thought.
I mean, when they put it in the trailer, and I'm sure people were like, oh, if I can do this, then I have to figure out how to do this, right? Yeah. It's like, I think Heather was, when she found out that she could become an owlbear or something, she was like, I need to figure out, like, that's how I'm going to know that I'm succeeding in Baldur's Gate 3, so I can become an owlbear.
Or get the owlbear?
Get the owlbear was like a
I
thing
can't remember.
do as well.
I have not actually played the game yet.
Yeah.
Another interesting story, at least something I found interesting because I've been playing Destiny for so many years, is that it looks like Fortnite are trying to remove FOMO from their Battle Pass by Battle Pass exclusive skins will later be available for just purchase. Like 18 months.
So it's more like you're getting early access to a skin so everyone can see how fly you are.
Yeah.
And then later on, everyone can co-opt your Riz.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's 18 months, so by then they won't be calling it Riz. But
that's fair.
You know, there's a exclusivity window.
That'll be one of those things where people lie about that to be like, no, I've always had this skin. I just never chose to wear it until now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic makes no guarantees that all Battle Pass exclusives will be sold a la carte.
We can't quite excise all the FOMO from the motivations. I mean, that's the thing. It's all about behavioral psychology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we know, because, again, Epic got sued for dark patterns in purchasing things. So we have to assume that them saying this means that they have worked out some way where this makes them more money.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, good for them, I guess. I mean, you know, I'm still...
There's always been that thing of, if I can sell somebody something, then that's what I want to do regardless, right? It's like, no matter what, if somebody's out there 18 months later and being like, hey, I want to buy this skin, but I missed out on it because I was like, I wasn't old enough to steal my parents' credit card until just now. And if that's the thing, if that's the motivation, where they're like, well, that's money we can pick up on the back end, like on the long tail, then I can see why they'd be like, well, let's open that back up and let everybody in to do that. And that you do have that thing of, when it's new and hot, everybody wants to get a Deadpool skin or whatever. But then when the movie's been out for 18 months and people are getting a Deadpool skin later, it's like, I have no idea if they have a Deadpool skin or not, but it's like you trading on the idea of like, fashion is what's now, and staples are what come later. That idea of like, well, if you're wearing the fashion 18 months, it's a year and a half. If you're wearing fashion like a year and a half later because you want to feel fashionable, you missed the window by 18 months already. So yeah, there's always gonna, like, I shop at Winners. Let's be honest. I'm not at the cutting edge of haute couture. I just go to Winners and buy whatever is like, this was getting thrown out, so I'm gonna add this to my wardrobe.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
This is infuriating. Mentioned it in one of the stories, but GameStop shuttered Game Informer after 33 years, right, of a print magazine that I used to read the physical copies of, and a website that was also like a site that we would frequently go to for information for CheckPoint, right? Like, Paul was putting together the week's list of stories, and then Game Informer went away. It's like, now these links don't work. Like, they were partway through working on the next issue.
Right.
They said I think one of them said they were like 70% done the next print issue, and then GameStop was like, oh, by the way, we're shutting Game Informer down, and we're pulling a giant lever to delete it from the internet. Just didn't even give people time to like archive these decades of games journalism. Just gone. And then someone on staff who still had access to the Twitter account was like, well, this this publication doesn't deserve to go out like that. So let me, here's the
400 characters to as a goodbye.
Yeah, here's the credits basically with
good.
like listing all the current staff that were on board. And then someone, I guess, higher up the chain just deleted the social media account. They're just like, oh, none of that.
Yeah, no. This never existed.
Yeah.
The whole site has never supposed to be existed.
It's infuriating.
You say GameStop.
Yeah.
And I keep conflating with GameSpot.
No, yeah, this has always been
That's the problem.
Yeah, GameSpot is a different games journalism website that's been around for also a long time. But yeah, no, GameStop, the who bought Electronics Boutique in Canada, and then have slowly been rebranding them. And the meme stock.
Right. It is all that. Okay, cool.
I don't know what GameStop has going for it other than its weird meme stock anymore. And I can't believe that they didn't even try to sell off this brand. That they were just like, all right, shut it down, just call the staff in, we're laying them off today, we're shutting the site today.
Yeah.
The announcement, after 33 thrilling years of bringing you the latest news, reviews, and insights from the ever-evolving world of gaming, it's with a heavy heart that we announce the closure of Game Informer. Sources have told Kotaku nobody at Game Informer wrote this announcement.
Right.
So, that sucks. I have nowhere to go from there.
No, it's fine. I would just say hit up that Patreon and go to the YouTube channel. Help support us by becoming a member or even just subscribing and referring us to your friends. And if you are supporting this channel as a YouTube subscriber, your name's going to come up here in a couple seconds, I have a feeling.
Yeah, support games journalism, even if it's really silly and says fuck a lot.
Yeah.
That's us I'm talking about.